What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to talk about Thanos and his new uniform that costs an insane 2,500 crystals. Right now, this character just recently got a tier 4, which means he can go to level 80, which also means that the other uniforms that he had are going to be stronger, and that is something you should always keep in mind, guys. These characters that can jump up from level 70 to 72, 74, 76, and so on, they're going to be way stronger in the content in the game, even in their old uniform. So really, a lot of times what I like to do with these characters is see how strong the new uniform is compared to the old uniform, and do you think that the old uniform would still perform good enough for you not to justify buying this uniform. Now, for PvP, I have no idea, guys, because right now I'm still at 25% potential, which means I can't really test them in PvP. A lot of those characters in there, especially the Jean Greys, are at level 80. Tier 3 Jean Greys are destroying Farmer Thanos here. They're just absolutely destroying him in PvP, at least for me. And I think a lot of the reason, guys, is because he's at level 70. You know, those Jeans are at level 80 and so on, even at tier 3, and it just gives him a big advantage in PvP. So I really don't know about PvP right now, but PvE, I can tell you that this uniform is stronger. I did change the build for what you guys saw before. You guys can see that I have 60,000 physical attack, and that's with his new leadership. He has pretty much max stats with the critical rate a little bit there, right? He's set up pretty damn good. And then, you know, you guys can see that we do have, you know, a couple of HP Odin blessings, but regular 5-star physical attack guru. So actually I can jump him up and give him some 6-star, right? So he's actually got room for improvement. And they really didn't change a whole lot about the character, except for the fact that they gave him accumulation, which is definitely the reason why he's going to be so much stronger. And they gave him a better leadership. And this is not just for him, but for all villain allies in PvP. This is going to be a big reason why people might want him, especially if they're PvP oriented. That leadership alone is going to be worth it to some players out there, especially if they're competitive in PvP. So for that reason, I can tell you that, you know, it's probably going to be worth it. And when it comes to playing with Thanos, in this uniform, he is super proc friendly. Like, you barely could ever miss a proc at all. And if you play carefully, you never will miss it. It's very easy to play with him with a proc. But the truth is, guys, even in his old King Thanos uniform, it's pretty easy to play with a proc, as I'll show you guys. But in this uniform, it's literally, you know, you could either go 5-3-4 or 3-4-5. And you'll get all the residual damage from the 3 and the 5 every single time. And then you can just throw in the 2 afterwards if you want to try to get his tier 3 off cooldown. Now, the way that I'm doing it is I'll do 2 rotations of the 3-5-4, 3-5-4, and then afterwards, what I'll do is I'll hit his tier 3, delay slightly. You'll see the screen zoom in, and when the screen zooms in, then you can go into your skills. We're just going to kind of run around here a little bit, right? Take a look at that tier 4. Pretty cool, right? The tier 4 gives him some chain hit damage, some extra all attack, 60% all attack, which is going to be a big thing for Thanos. But in your rotation, when you use his tier 3, if you hit his tier 3, zoom in, and then go 3-5-4, you'll get the tier 3 residual damage, and you will destroy, guys. And you'll get that sweet damage proc. I couldn't click on it because of all that lag that was going on from my emulator. Don't worry, guys. The gameplay I'm going to show you is actually from my phone, so we won't have all that crazy-ass lag. And I mentioned in the last video, guys, as far as the animations, they're fine. But really, I think that Squirrel Girl's animations look way better because they're just more reminiscent of Thanos. You know, I'm not really a big fan of the Farmer Thanos look, but I can't deny that the uniform is stronger. It is a lot more powerful than the King Thanos uniform. He has a fully awakened Power Bang Relic set. He doesn't have an artifact, and I'm using a Mighty CTP Obstruction. This might be a good obelisk to have for a hybrid build for PvE and PvP. To be perfectly honest, guys, his penetration will override the penetration from here, from his fifth skill, right? This penetration that he has on his, was it his 4th skill? Sorry, his 4th skill. The penetration that he has on his 4th skill, 80% chance. So this is going to actually take, priority over the penetration that you have on the Mighty CTP of Destruction or just regular CTP of Destruction, so you don't have to worry about it. You get the guard break immunity, which is definitely nice. But the thing that's really nice about this is we're going to have 100% ignore dodge from the strike proc. So when I do this little comparison between this version of Thanos and King Thanos, we're going to have 100% ignore dodge every time whenever we're going against Null. And we do have a 200% damage proc. This is actually a pretty good rolled obelisk, so I thought I'd try it out on him. And a thing that is a caveat to this uniform is his uniform options. I talked about that in the last video. I mean, Doc Ock, you got Doctor Strange here. This is terrible, abysmal. Loki, I mean, outdated, but a lot of people would have it. And then this is abysmal as well. Like, he doesn't have the greatest uniform options at all. In fact, I probably should have changed this to all attack, but it's all good. And we're going to do a little comparison against Null between this uniform and King Thanos uniform to see what the difference is. You guys can see that we got 60,000 physical attack with this uniform, and then with this uniform, we actually have 56,000 physical attack. So there definitely is a difference in physical attack, and that's because of the leadership. The leadership is really what's making the difference as far as our physical attack is concerned. I mean, that's a big thing that's going to help him on top of the accumulation, right? That's something that's really nice. Everything else, I like all of his survivability tools, the ignore iframe, is pretty much the same as the King Thanos uniforms. So I'll bring up the one for you guys right now. And on the left side, we have King Thanos, and on the right side, we have Farmer Thanos, right? And I'm going to play these guys exactly the same. Now, something to keep in mind, guys, is that I'm using, King Thanos' leadership, which is 25% increase of attack, and on the right side, we're using Farmer Thanos' leadership, which is 50% increase of attack. And that 4,000 difference in physical attack is really what makes the difference on top of the accumulation that Farmer Thanos has. This makes a big, big difference in the amount of damage that he actually does. They virtually play the same with King Thanos. I just hit the 1 delay at 354, 1 delay 354, and then tier 3 delay 354. I find if I hit the 1 after the tier 3 with King Thanos, that the proc sometimes triggers early, so I don't really like to do that, and I find that I do a lot more damage if I play him that way, right? And the thing that really will beg the question is, King Thanos' uniform for PvE content, is it good enough whenever he reaches level 72, level 74, 76, and so on, level 80, right? Not even tier 4 him to be able to do this content. And, I think you guys will know the answer by the end of this first phase run that we are actually doing. But at the same time, you can see that Farmer Thanos is doing way more damage. Guys, he just cleared the first phase in 1 minute and 10 seconds. It's a level 70 character. And on the left side, we have bars and bars and bars to go. It just shows you the amount of difference in damage that Farmer Thanos has compared to King Thanos. He's way stronger, guys, with the leadership and the accumulation. He just does a lot more damn damage. And that's just a true fact of it, right? It's definitely a more powerful uniform. But do you need it? Well, we'll keep playing here, and we'll see how fast that King Thanos does the first phase of Null. Now, if you can do the first phase of Null in 3 minutes or a minute and 30 seconds or a minute and 45 seconds, you pretty much can get the clear, right? And as you guys can see, we're pretty close. We're not really that far on King Thanos' side as far as getting the clear in the amount of time that we actually need. We're not that far from it, right? I mean, obviously, if he had a brilliant, he could definitely do it, but most players don't have brilliance, so we're just going to stick with the mighty, right? And this goes to show you guys that, with the King Thanos uniform, when he can reach level 72, 74, he's going to be able to do this PvE content, guys. He's going to be able to do this villain stage, no problem, right? He's going to be able to get the clear against this because he was actually able to do it in 2 minutes. That's not that far. I mean, I have 100% physical attack and 22% pierce. That is not that far away from getting the actual clear. In fact, maybe in some runs, he might actually be able to get the clear on my account against stage 39 Null. Now, there's other characters, guys, other villains that have tier 4s that you can actually use here instead of Thanos that are way, way cheaper to build, guys. Way cheaper. Carnage, right? Hawk. These characters are way cheaper to build than Thanos. They don't need no, tier 4s. Oh, you just take them to level 72. They can easily do this. That's another thing that's kind of hurting the character. And I really feel like PvP is really where it's going to be at for the character. Now we'll go ahead and continue the play, guys, and we're just going to move on straight to Farmer Thanos. So that way you can, you guys saw the difference in the damage, right? There's a big difference. Farmer Thanos is much, much stronger, right? But, as far as PvE, I really do question whether or not you would actually need him. Now, I do believe there's a stage 80 Ultron that Thanos has the requirements for, but stage 80, how many of you are at stage 80 Ultron? right? I mean, how many of you are there? Do you really need him for that? I mean, that's kind of, because like, in against Null and Mephisto guys, stage 39 or 40 to 44, you can use Thanos, but again, there's other options that already have tier 4s available that are just much cheaper to build. This is a 2,500 crystal uniform. Is it really worth it? And the other thing, my friends, is the fact that, there is a villain alien requirement in ABL. And I have seen a screenshot of Thanos doing 8 million points at tier 4 against ABL. That's a good score, guys, right? But here's the thing. It's a one and done score, right? You only can do it once every 2 weeks, right? So it's not going to really make that much of a difference in your ABL accumulation of score, right? And the other thing is Loki. Loki is also an alien villain, and Loki's show is coming out this summer. He is going to be much cheaper to build. He's going to get a tier 4. You can pretty much guarantee it from that show. He's going to be much cheaper to build than Thanos, and his damn uniform is going to be cheaper, right? Like all around, just a whole lot cheaper than Thanos. So like for PvE content, and by the way, guys, that was a really good clear time for Thanos. And for PvE content, I just don't think Thanos is really worth it, right? Unless you're trying to do stage 80 Ultron right now, I just don't really see how it's really worth buying this thing unless you just want, your Thanos to be the strongest possible, right? Unless you just want to be, amazing or better for PvP. And again, I can't really test it, and I still might tier 4 this character. I don't really know, guys. I mean, knowing that Loki's coming is kind of the thing that really holds me back. And I even spent $100 on one of them stupid tier 4 packs so I could tier 4 Thanos because I love Thanos. But now that I'm kind of, assessing everything a little bit more detailed, I'm kind of thinking, maybe I'd be better just to wait for Loki, because that's really the advice that I would give you guys. Now, against Mephisto, he is crazy good because he's got that debuff leadership, guys. Like plus his tankiness, his 70% heal that he has in his kit, or healing his skills. Like he doesn't die. His defense is very high. His elemental resistance is high. Like he doesn't take a lot of damage from Mephisto. So like, he is freaking awesome for this. But again, guys, there are other characters that can easily do this, that don't require this amount of resources and don't require you to buy a 2,500 crystal uniform. I mean, I really feel like the people that buy this uniform, I don't even know if it's really better for PvP, to be perfectly honest with you guys. I might do a little comparison when I take him to level 72. Do a little comparison in PvP to see if it really is any better. I don't know if it is or not. To really kind of give you guys a better idea, I don't really know. But for PvE, I can't really justify buying the uniform. I just can't, even though it is strong, even though it is really, really fun. The animations are okay. I'm not a big fan of the Thanos using a damn backhoe. I mean, I'm just not a big fan of it, guys. But I can't deny that it's strong. It's a solid upgrade as far as his damage, but I do think that players would want a little bit more because of the cost of the uniform, right? I do think they would want more for him because, once again, we're back to the old song and dance with our tier 4 characters. Oh, they got to reach level 72 and then they're freaking godly and ridiculous. And Thanos is kind of the same. It's really the same scenario with them. It would have been pretty damn awesome if they would have made him strong enough, if they'd have gave him like a 1% accumulation or 1.2% accumulation, and he would have been strong enough at level 70 where we would have been like, oh my God, like he is ridiculous. Like this is just insanity, right? Then we'd have been like, oh my, it might have been more worth it to those players if they would have felt that way. Because I've seen a lot of comments on other videos that are talking about Thanos, and a lot of players feel like it just isn't enough considering the cost of the character, right? That's the thing, guys. He's very, very expensive to level up. And again, Loki is going to get a tier 4 this summer. That is the thing. I mean, this summer is not that far away, guys. Like, you can save your crystals and just hold off and wait. And again, if you want to play with Thanos, if you already have the King Thanos uniform, he's going to be able to do this, guys, especially when he can go to level 72, level 74. When I get his potential raised up, I'll probably make another video showing that and showing you that you really don't need it. And again, there's other options that are available here that you can actually use that are much cheaper to level up, right? I'm not trying to dog on Thanos. I love Thanos, man. He's like my second favorite villain in the MCU or in Marvel, right? Doom #1, shout out to Doom. But I mean, it's just, I just can't justify queuing it up unless you're at stage 80 Ultron. Then I guess I could see buying this uniform to try to get that clear, right? I mean, if that's your goal, if you're way up there against even I'm not that high against Ultron. I think I'm at like stage 65. And if you're there, that'd be great. But yeah, but here in this part of the phase, again, Thanos is nutty because of that debuff leadership. You can play very aggressive. You don't have to worry about dying. And guys, he did that in a pretty damn quick time, right? I mean, 4 minutes. That's pretty damn awesome, guys. And I don't even have no type amplification on him at all. In fact, I don't think I do. No, I'm sorry, I do. I do have rank 5. My bad. I do have rank 5, so that did help out a little bit as far as our decreased damage received and as far as our increased damage to blast types. That did make a difference. But, I mean, like I said earlier, guys, like ABL, you'll be able to use them one day in ABL, and that's all good and dandy. But again, guys, Loki is coming this summer, right? Loki is coming this summer. You're going to need an alien supervillain, and Loki does fit this requirement. And he's going to get that tier 4, and he's a whole lot cheaper to level up. And then when it comes to World Boss, guys, against Null, right? Stage 39, can you use Thanos any further here? I mean, I think you can use him like in the Universal one here. All the way top, yeah, Universal Male. You can use them at stage 65, and that's pretty cool. But look who's already here. You have Black Bolt and you have Thor, right? These two characters already have tier 4s available, and they're much cheaper to build and level up. Like, if this is your concern, if you're trying to push World Boss Legend, I can't really see or justify really buying the uniform unless, you love Thanos and you want to get the most out of him. And then against Mephisto, guys, right? I mean, stage 59, right? Supervillain Male. Again, you can use Thanos here, but look who's already in here, guys. Hulk can do this, guys. Hulk can do this. Black Bolt can do this, although Black Bolt's a little fragile. Namor can do this. You have other options. Dr. Octopus can do this. Carnage can do this. You have other options that are already available, again, that are just way cheaper to level up than Thanos, right? Namor really puts themselves in a conundrum with these kinds of characters because they're so expensive to level up. People really analyze them to see if they're actually worth building as far as from a practical standpoint. Obviously, if they're your favorite character, you can go for it and build them up, but a lot of players just aren't in stage 80 Ultron. They're not thinking about, doing that high of a level with a character, and I really think, for Thanos, guys, it's really all about PvP. I mean, I really think that tier 4 is going to be more for PvP than anything. And I am curious to see how good he's going to be at tier 4. I haven't seen any videos of this character at tier 4 in PvP, so I really don't know if this uniform is better or not. I kind of tend to think that it will be better because he's still going to have a little bit more damage. He still has Ignore Iframe. He still has all the same passive effects. But we'll see. I don't really know. But guys, let me know what you think about Thanos. Do you think this uniform is worth 2,500 crystals? And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. TG+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.